Hello, hey, how are you? Can you guys see me? Something's going on with this. There we go. Hey, it's that time again. It is Wednesday, and this is the Death Rattle podcast. I am your host, Kanan Becker. Uh, DJ is going to be a little late. He's supposed to still pop in. I just don't know how soon. But how are you guys doing? It is 4 o'clock on the West Coast and 7 o'clock on the East Coast. But let's say hi to some of you guys. We got John Lamb, Saya, Atoku, Jack. We got John, Mr. Halloween, KK, Jordan, Kilted Devil Dog. So how are you guys all doing? It is great to see you guys. I dropped a video today. I've been grinding like crazy. Dropped a video today. Shot another one. And then normally DJ sets this up, but he was doing a bunch of stuff with meetings and stuff. So I set this up. So as you can tell, I'm a little discombobulated. I don't really have a good plan in place. So I'm gonna need you guys to carry DJs in, so to speak. So I'm gonna get to some of your guys' comments. Now is a great time if you guys have questions, things like that, because until he gets here, I'm just riding solo. And there isn't any super pressing news that I could find. Like, am I missing something? Have you guys seen? It feels like a very slow week in horror. Like, even there wasn't even any horror movies coming out this past week. So there's one that I wanted to go see. It's like Dracula's, or no, not Dracula's. Abraham's Sons or something like that. It's like a new vampire movie. I'm maybe going to go see that tonight. Abraham's Boys, a Dracula story. So I'm probably going to go try and see that tonight. But yeah, I went and saw Superman last week. Did you guys, any of you guys, get a chance to see Superman? I loved it. It's the first. I almost did a review of it. That's how much I love it. But I'm like, man, my channel's already, the Ghost Fire channel's already hurting a little bit right now, and and confusing the algorithm is not a good idea. But yeah, I loved it. It made me feel like it took me back to being a kid and watching Saturday morning cartoons, where it has that like real lighthearted, just fun, adventurous quality to it. And I'm sure that tone is definitely not going to work for everyone. I've already seen it's people are very divided on it, but I thought it was great, man. I loved it. Let's see, Mr. Halloween says, doing well, same shit, different pile. I get that. Definitely. I'm tired over here. Saya says, what are the purple crowns? Those are new. Purple crowns? Where do you see purple crowns? Saya, explain yourself. I don't know what you're talking about. KK says, it finally got hot in Washington. Yeah, it's hot out here. It's been over 100 every day for the last like week. Finally, we're back into the 90s though, and it's still hot, but much better. Much better. Let's see, where am I? Say it says hellishly hot and humid in Massachusetts. Yeah, that's the one fortunate thing out here is like in California, at least where I live, it's dry heat. It's like hot, but it's not like insane hot. Wednesdays are awesomes at the Ghost Pirate Entertainment with your horror sci-fi recommendations and now Death Rattle. Well, I'm glad that someone appreciates that, John, because I've been killing myself working as hard as I possibly can. I got my Airbnbs paid for my and I got my approval for the Fantastic Fest. So I'm definitely going to that. And I think I'm going to drive. It's like, since I just got a car, I'm like, I might as well do a road trip. So it'll be fun. It's going to take me like a couple days driving, like 3 days of driving. But I'm going to stay out there for like 4 days or so. So I'm going to be gone for, like 10 days, probably like 9-10 days. So I'm excited about it. Stressing is like really stressing on money though, but at least I got the Airbnbs handled up until I get there. And then when I drive back home, I'm going to probably need another Airbnb or two. So mostly now I just got to worry about gas and food, but I'm excited about it. But I've been grinding and making as many videos as I humanly possibly can. I've been doing like 2 a week, which is just craziness. But so I'm super, super tired. But I gotta earn that money so that I could do this trip. I'm really excited about it, though. Let's see. Watched it in 3D. Super awesome and entertaining. That's awesome, David. I wish I could see it in 3D. I can't see 3D. So, but I did go to the XD, which is like that really big screen it's like the biggest screen that's not IMAX and like the best sound. So it was pretty special. Jordan says, loved it also, left with a big smile. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it twice now. Like, it's just such a fun movie. Right now, we're just kind of talking about Superman and I don't know, just getting going. Oh, so there's like a rank thing for super chatters now? Is that to do with donations or something? Or let's see. Saya says, I'm going to Superman this weekend. My work schedule sucks seeing movies 3 to 11 p.m. Yeah, I get that. I definitely understand that. But yeah, I mean, Superman's going to be in theaters a while. So, like, it did pretty good. It did a little better than what they had expected it to do. And it's on pace to make at least what they had to make, which I think it's like 500 million, 600 million is what the studio needs it to make from their report. So it's on pace to do that, like, worldwide. And so either way, it's going to be in theaters probably the next 2 months. Let's see. Say it says purple crowns are showing up in our chat. Interesting. It must have to do with just like how much you comment or how much you do super chats or things like that. See, John Connor says purple crowns are appearing next to some of those in the chat with the numbers 1 to 3. Oh, yeah, that's the new YouTube ranking thing. So, like, I don't know exactly how it works because why would they let YouTubers know, the creators know? Like, that would make too much sense. But I know that they were supposed to be updating a brand new thing like yesterday or day before. Heather says, oh, yeah, the heat has been bad here in Ohio. So it's been great going to the theater. I really enjoyed Superman. Yeah, this week, I Know What You Did Last Summer comes out. So I'm looking forward to that.
Hey.
Finally.
Oh, you having a hard time?
Yeah, I don't have anything to talk about. I couldn't really
nothing
find
to
any
talk about?
stories. No, I've been shooting. I was like, today's shooting day. And like, I didn't have a chance to figure out any news stories. And then all of a sudden you told me that you couldn't do it. And I didn't have time at that point to do like really any prep because I was literally in the middle of shooting.
Well, you can do some prep right now if you want. No, I'm kidding. I got to figure out, my connection is unstable. Surprise.
Yeah.
So
no, there isn't any like anything really going on in horror. It sucks. Like, It's a slow period. So we were talking a little bit about Superman.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
so I can't talk about it.
Unfortunately, it's like probably the best of the blockbuster movies, and you haven't seen it. Actually, it is. I don't think there's any question. Like, it's the best superhero type of movie this year. There hasn't been very many, but of the big blockbusters, it's definitely the best one. I think F1 is probably up there as a lot of people's biggest pick, but I just love this Superman because it feels fresh. Like, even if you don't personally like it, like it's not your cup of tea or whatever, I think most people will at least can appreciate that they did something different finally with a comic book movie. Like, it doesn't feel like the retread. It doesn't feel like Marvel. It doesn't feel like what DC's been doing it. Like, they're totally going, they took a big swing, like a very big swing. That's part of why it didn't work so much for everyone.
Well, good for them, I guess.
It just feels straight up like a 1980s or 90s superhero, like the Saturday morning cartoons. Like, it feels like that.
Well, that's good.
Like, it's got this super packed feeling where there's like constantly shit happening, and you're in a universe where it's like there's constantly stuff happening and people are used to it. So like it's like a normal daily thing for there to be superheroes and monsters and like battles going on in the middle of town square, and people are just kind of like, you know, running for their life or whatever, but they're not like super shocked by it. They're like, this is what happens. And so it's cool to finally have a universe like that where we're not having to wait for a bunch of shit to get set up. We're not getting introduced to all these people. It's more just like, boom, you're dropped in the middle of this, figure it out.
Well, cool.
I think you'll appreciate it. I don't know if you'll like it because it's such a different kind of superhero movie. It's like it's lighthearted and feels more like it's hard to even explain because it just feels very much like the comic books. Like, it doesn't feel like a graphic novel. It's not super adult. It feels like the old school kind of comics, like that tone.
Right on. Well, I mean, I'm probably not running out to the theater to see it because I got enough money I got to spend on I Know What You Did Last Summer and then Together. Yeah,
because that's
maybe I'll catch
tomorrow.
It on streaming. But yeah. So tomorrow is I Know What You Did Last Summer. So
I think you need to see it in theaters, but it's going to be in theaters for a while. It's not like it's not. I mean, it's going to be in theaters for probably at least the next 6 weeks to a month or 2 months. Like,
yeah. Why is what's going on here? Why isn't our background up? What are you doing?
Oh, there we go.
I was like, why do we look weird?
No, I did something. I turned on the thing and it was covering me, and the order was weird for some reason. It reacted different than normal today. I don't know if they did like an update or
this looks different.
Yeah, this the layout and stuff was like not like what I'm used to. So
what we're seeing looks very different.
It's like when I first went live, for some reason, when I normally all I gotta do is hit my little icon and boom, I'm on the screen. No matter what is there, I'm always first on it. But this time the graphics were ahead of me.
Devil Dog,
that stack got different.
Devil Dog, it depends on what platform you're on. If you are on the Ghost Pirate platform, you're not going to see the Death Rattle chat, and if you're on the Death Rattle platform, you're not going to see the Ghost Pirate chat. That's why we have the public chat on the screen, so that everybody can see everybody on the screen. But that's probably what's
going on. Most of the regulars will be over on the Death Rattle side, so I recommend going to that side for sure. Because
we have more people watching on Death Rattle than Ghost Pirate right now, so let's keep that momentum going. Let's get everybody on Death Rattle. So that we can,
even though it's not a real thing, YouTube is shadow banning me for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. It's not even a real thing.
Shadow banning is real.
No, it's not. Not like people think it is. Like it doesn't exactly where the
people at
like
YouTube
it's
are
not
going
exactly.
in this account.
Like, exactly.
I know that, but the algorithm definitely.
It's an algorithm thing, and it goes in these cycles. And
that's what shadow banning is. It's like the algorithm decides that it's not going to feed.
Yeah.
This channel
so like to me and
content.
it's actually, it is, I'm shadow banned, right? But it's not what the public, most people think of as shadow banning. Like this misconception, like there's a guy, an evil people up in top of YouTube that are like, we don't like what he's talking about. He's a horror channel. Let's not let him
Yeah.
get views. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it
not
doesn't work that
happening.
way.
Yeah.
So, but
Um,
just for whatever reason, I'm in a slump spot. And
well,
it
you
sucks.
and me both, man. We're both in slumps. My last two reviews are not, nobody's watching them.
Yeah.
They don't even have, let me look at my stats. They don't even have Dead Talent Society 85 views, Jurassic World Rebirth 81.
What were you at? You were getting a couple hundred, right?
I was getting over 1,000.
Jesus.
But it's been going
Yeah.
ever since my Predator Killer of Killers review. My follow-up to that got a tenth of what the first video got. Dangerous Animals got 465 views. 28 years later got 994. So that did a little bit better. But then Dead Talent Society and Rebirth are sub 100 after they've both been up for a week now. So
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with the YouTube algorithm.
I don't know. It's so strange because like I saw some people review Jurassic and their reviews were like huge numbers, like compared to their normal, on their channel. And then I see other people reviewing it and like they get shit views and they're worse than their normal. It's like I don't understand what makes that, especially when you're talking about the same movie, and if you're an established channel, like you're not an established channel yet, so you're going to get a lot more of the yo-yo stuff. But I mean, I'm talking about like Cody Leach and Shaw Chandler and 3C and like people like that, where, one of them will be like hundreds of thousands of views or whatever. And the other one's like, so it's like half what they normally get on this side. And then this one's getting double what they normally get. And it's like,
yeah,
why? Like, this makes no sense. So it's whatever. I mean, like my videos are still doing okay. Like for a lot of channels, they would be like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, over 20,000 is awesome, but it's like not when we're doing like closer to 40. So like half of the amount all of a sudden, that is rough.
Horror Dad says, I love your content. I watch all the videos.
Thank you, Horror Dad.
Saya says, hey,
yeah, and they're doing some new ranking thing too. Like they're talking about there's like purple crowns and stuff now.
Yeah, I saw that. The more you chat, the more you get, and then you get rewards or something. That doesn't help us at all. It's just it makes people talk in the chat more, apparently.
Well, I think it does help because you can get, like, if you donate money and stuff, you get more points. And so like right now it's a brand new thing, so it's not a whole lot of a difference, but eventually the way it's going to work, it'll be like your top contributors. So not just with comments, but with money and views and all that. And so, it's like giving her a little bit of a reward, so to speak, to the most diehard fans.
Well, we'll see how it plays out.
I know, it's like a brand new update. So
Saya says, hey, DJ, when are we able to watch your entire movie? Well, okay, so I do have some news about that. It's good and bad news. What do you want first? The bad or the good?
The bad.
All right. Bad news is y'all are probably not going to be able to see the Hellgate until next year.
That's what I said. That's not bad news. That's what I've been saying.
The good news is,
and that's what I keep telling you. You keep being like, I don't know, maybe later this year. I'm like, no, dude, just next year. Just start thinking about next year. And if it happens to be earlier, then it's like, oh, sweet.
The good news is, we are signing a deal with distribution this week.
For United States distribution?
No, it's worldwide.
Oh, so the same company you're going to do for worldwide?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So that's the news. But it's going to be released. They usually have about an 8 or 9 month release window after all of the deliverables. Because, we got to get posters made. We got to get a new trailer made. We got to get, artwork. We got to get, figure out when we're going to release it. Because there's a whole release window as well. Like it's going to drop in the United States and Canada first, and then Europe, and then China, stuff, or, like stuff like that. So,
so and
that's
you want to promote it. You want people to see it.
Yeah. Casey says, DJ, thank you. We love Dead Talent Society. Yeah, I effing loved that movie. It was incredible. So, and I did a
need to watch
review.
that one.
I did a review on it on my Horror Sucks channel, and that
I
movie
did watch-
definitely does not suck.
I did watch an interesting one last night. Not like a game changer or nothing like that, but it's this new one on Netflix called Brick, and it's German, and it had a pretty good dub, and that's a lot of the reason that I can't watch a lot of foreign is like I can't read subtitles. So if it's like Netflix and it has dubbing, I'm like sweet, because like it doesn't. It's not anytime. I don't have to wait until I have an eye day where I can see good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was pretty fun, dude. It's like more, I'd say, sci-fi thriller than pure horror, but it's really cool. Basically, this couple wakes up and they're fighting and this and that, and the one like goes to leave the apartment, and there's this fucking creepy ass black weird cubed brick wall over their door. Like they open the door and and eventually they realize, like, there was a movie called I forget the name of it. There's a movie, a British movie where they wake up Christmas morning and their whole house is surrounded by this weird alien stuff. So it's kind of similar to that, but the directions that it takes, they start out in the same place kind of, but this movie goes in a totally different kind of direction, because like that other one's like in this weird sci-fi alien direction, and this is more grounded feeling. It's not all supernatural or anything like that, but it ends up being pretty fucking intense and dark, dude. I was like surprised at some of the people that got killed and like how
What movie is this?
kind of cold it went. It's called Brick. It's a German movie that just got added to Netflix. It was like number 3, and I was like, what? It was ranked number 3, and I'm like, for a movie I've never even heard of and European, like that's what I mean. That's rare.
I will watch it.
So yeah, it was fun. It's like a good thriller.
I'm trying to think.
Because at this point, the only good horror thriller type of stuff that Netflix ever has is from other countries. Like they don't ever spend any money on new horror really anymore. Like Netflix has gotten really bad about that stuff.
Yeah. Well, apparently,
And I agree. The ending, like the whole movie was decent, but I thought the ending of Brick was like kind of, they brought it home in a really solid way and made it kind of even a little bit better than I was, wait further instructions. Thank you, Illuminati Stride. That's the movie, British movie with a kind of similar setup. Wait further instructions is definitely more horror than Brick. Brick is definitely more sci-fi thriller, but I think everybody, I still think if you're just looking for like something you haven't heard of to check out, it's still fun.
Okay. Well, I'll watch both of them. I'm trying to think.
So you're gonna go tomorrow and see? I know what you did last summer, or
yeah,
same here.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it tomorrow. I wish
I've heard
Thursday, but whatever.
It's always the highest on Thursday.
I thought it was the highest on Friday and Saturday.
No. Well, it depends on the theater, but the most expensive is Thursday because that's opening day, and then the weekend. So some theaters is Friday, Saturday, some theaters Saturday, Sunday. But the cheapest is always in the middle of the day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and sometimes Sunday. And then there's the Tuesdays where, at least at Century, it's like basically half
Tuesdays usually you get matinee pricing, or like a special pricing. Horror Dad
that's
says
where I generally like if there's a blockbuster out, like in this case, a Superman. That's when I recommend people seeing it. You know what I mean? If it's not one you're like don't want shit spoiled,
Yeah.
But like when it comes to horror, I can't let it get spoiled for me. So I always go literally first showing Thursday.
Horror Dad says, what upcoming horror movie are you looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Together.
Yep, same here.
That's
and then Weapon.
Yeah, Weapons.
Weapon, and then Weapons, and then Black Phone. Yeah, Longest Walk.
Oh yeah, Black Phone 2. I don't know if that could be good. I'm gonna see it. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, just because the first Black Phone I thought was okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I
thought it
am
was good
because that
enough.
trailer looks like it's going to be finally much more of what I think the potential there is. Like that first one was like, it's okay. This one feels like it has the potential to kind of like take that to kind of do a Nightmare on Elm Street thing where the first one is this level, but they take that idea and ultimately get better. You know, it's rare, but it does happen a lot of times with franchise movies because it's like they finally figure out the MO for the killer. And like that, this looks like the grabber has potential to be much more interesting dead than he did alive.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm looking forward to it. Not because I think it's going to be like the best movie of the year. I'm just excited to see if it does take that step and if it's going to be a franchise that'll be worth paying attention to over the next, how many ever years. So, because we need some more franchises, man. Like everybody always bitches and moans about remakes and this and that. And like, I get it. I'm all about original, but for a healthy horror ecosystem, you need franchises. Like it's a lot of the money is made from those franchises. And not just that, the toys, the memories, the merchandise, the fandom, like franchises need all that stuff. When you have just one-off movies, you don't get like the cult kind of following that you will if you have like a 10 movie deal,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it has potential to do that. The movies, I think they got to get a little bit better. They got to get a little more interesting.
Because like that was my biggest disappointment with Megan. Like I knew I wasn't gonna like Megan 2. But what disappointed me is that with that first Megan, even though I was one of the ones that wasn't blown away by it, like I liked it. I thought it was fun. But is that they totally squandered that because that should have been the next franchise. Like that was perfectly made to be another Chucky. Like it's a no-brainer. And the fact that they not even that it wasn't good, but the fact that they just said, we're going to make it a action espionage bullshit. Like what? Like, why would you're Blumhouse, dude. You have the chance to make one of the next like icons in horror and franchises in horror. And you go and decide to like, that is literally one of the worst decisions I've ever seen a franchise make or a studio make. Like it's insane to me.
Yeah.
And like we'll probably still see Megan because they'll probably give it a little bit and then try again and bring her back to being horror. Just like did you hear how much they're promoting this unrated version that's online?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I can only guess what's in it. What's unrated about it.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of blood and it's dude. Just like that first one, it's not dramatically.
Probably drop one F-bomb.
Yeah, and there'll be a little blood, but like that's my issue whenever you make a movie that's your intention is to be PG-13. Like if you intend to be PG-13, then there's no way it's ever going to feel like an R-rated movie.
Right. Horror Dad says, I feel like they could have made Hard Eyes or Thanksgiving a franchise if done right. I think they still
they
can.
are.
We're getting a Thanksgiving too. I'm hoping we're getting another Hard Eyes.
Or no. Hold on. Is Thanksgiving this year or next year? I think it's this year, right?
I don't think it's this year. Hang on.
No, that's right. I think they are waiting until next year.
Thanksgiving 2 is...
Or no, it is this year, right?
No.
Because the last one came out the year in 2023, right?
It doesn't say. It doesn't say when it's releasing. Let me go into IMDb Pro. That might give me a better idea.
But I know we've gotten updates about this.
It's in. Yeah, there are no details. It's in pre-production. That was the last status as of December 2nd, 24. Pre-production. It hasn't. Oh
no, it's released November this year.
Really? Where are you getting that?
IMDb and Google.
Where?
Yeah, November 30th.
Of this year? Okay. Well, Thanksgiving 2 is coming out this year.
Yeah, because they shot it. Or no, hold on.
They shot it in March. Where are you seeing that?
Hold on. Yeah, it shot this past March.
Oh God, I'm yawning.
But
I'm
I'm not
exhausted.
getting I don't know about that exact date. Everything I'm seeing is more consistent with November of this year,
Okay, fine.
but not an exact date yet.
Maybe Thanksgiving 2 is coming out in November.
Well, there's no way there's no way it's not. You can't release that movie any other time. You know what I mean? If they don't release it this November, then they have
It's
to
gonna
wait
be
another
next November.
year.
Yeah.
And it's shot and done. There's no way they wouldn't release it this November now.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised we haven't seen a trailer, or although that feels like something when the Halloween season starts is when you're going to start pushing that one. So like we'll probably see stuff like trailers in September, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Hard Eyes, from what I've heard, is definitely getting a sequel as well. So, but either way, like those aren't on the level that I'm talking about with a Megan, you know, or Black Phone, because those are more like higher production, you know, like they have a chance to be more mainstream. You know, both those movies are, because it's like, I don't know, Hard Eyes was considered doing well and it made like 30 million, you know?
Yeah, but the budget was only like what, 15?
Yeah, but I'm talking about as far as like it could have sequels and not be, I'm talking about more of a mainstream franchise. You know, we need those. We have lots of like diehard horror fan underground franchises. But like what Art the Clown and Terrifier is doing, that's different. That's hitting into the mainstream, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Like that's what I'm talking about. We need those.
Yeah.
And Black Phone has the potential to be one of those. Megan definitely did, because like Child's Play is in the mainstream. Like, you know, I'm talking about franchises that you see little kid backpacks with the killer. You know what I mean? Lunch pail bullshit, like that stuff. I don't know if kids use thermoses and lunch pails anymore, but I don't think they do.
I have no idea.
I think they still sell them, but I think only adults buy them.
Do you want to watch this Knife trailer?
What is that?
The Knife. I don't know. It's by it's being executive produced by Mark Duplass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have no idea. It's coming out August 15th.
You see it on Bloody Disgusting?
Yeah, it's coming out August 15th. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
What's up, Comics Embraced? Good to see you. Let me see.
I really like I really like and respect. Oh, I think they released a trailer for the new Hell House as well, didn't they?
Oh, can't wait to watch that.
This one might be, this one's cool, like the idea, because they're not doing found footage with this one.
Oh,
so I'm really interested to see the directions that it takes. Like,
hey,
I really like the first two of the Hell House movies, and then it just started to get kind of like, okay.
Everybody get off the Ghost Pirate channel and go to the Death Rattle. Why are we dropping off at Death Rattle? Look, I'm looking at the stats. There's only 19 of you. Get over there.
Uh-oh.
Good Lord. All right, we're gonna watch.
More.
We're gonna watch The Knife. Kanan and I have not seen this. I literally just found it on Bloody Disgusting because it's a completely slow news week, and you know our show lives and dies by what's going on. So we are gonna watch The Knife. This is a blind trailer. Let's see. Let's see if it's good.
I'm guessing pretty small.
Bust.
Because Mark Duplass isn't rich.
Good
night, Daddy.
Good night, babe.
Yeah, super, super, super low budget. Oh,
Rebecca.
Yeah.
I asked my grandma once, what happens when you make a bad choice?
Do you have the bandwidth to do that?
She's on the ground bleeding to death.
Is that her knife?
No.
The police, they'll look at us and they'll look at her and they'll come to their own conclusions.
Oh
All you
my
have to do is tell the
God.
truth, right?
Your fingerprints are going to be on that lady.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I need to speak to each of you.
Like that's not how. Like they're gonna see both on The Knife.
Yeah.
Take very long.
Tell me what happened here tonight.
I heard a noise, came into the kitchen, and that woman was standing there. She attacked me.
That knife, did you recognize it? We have a few of them, so. Oh, so it's one of yours? I know you're scared. The truth here is everything.
Dude, this looks so not
Please
interesting. Like,
I don't know.
if I'm bored in a
Questioning a
2-minute
minor,
trailer,
mother is
there's a
present.
problem.
Yeah,
Did your dad see what happened?
I don't.
Don't say a word.
Kendra?
I don't understand why you're trying to talk to her without me.
Hey!
My grandma used to say, life presents choices,
I'm waiting for something crazy to
and
happen.
choices lead to consequences.
So it's like a ghost?
Rated
Are
R
you
for
kidding
some
me?
language. Rated R
That
for
was it?
some language. That was okay. That was not worth the watch.
Yikes.
Sorry, chat.
That is not good.
Oh my god. Hey, you know, that's what you get for shot in the dark stuff. Like that's
Well,
that's
the
that's
sad
what
thing
you
is
get.
the movie might be better than the trailer, but the trailer gives you nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it literally just shows you the setup, and you're like, okay, so setup for what?
Yeah, like
Like,
what's
are you
gonna happen?
Yeah. Like, you got to at least tease us with what could happen. So
Ugh.
is the Hell House? I'm trying to see if the new Hell House trailer is.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 2 trailer drops tomorrow. Dang it.
Dude, I hope they pull that off. That first
I
one
know.
wasn't bad, but it was like the whole time you're just like, dude, but where's the fucking competition? Like, you just, you know what I mean? You want to see them all in competition.
The first Mortal Kombat is a classic.
No,
It is
the first one of these, the ones that came out, 2 years ago,
Oh,
because this is the sequel to that.
I thought they
Did
were
you not
doing-
see that one?
Yes, I did. I thought they were doing. I thought they were doing something different. The first one I thought was okay. I thought it was good
Yeah.
enough.
That's what I'm saying. It was okay. Like, it wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. But I had fun with it. But the whole time I just kept being like, it would be cool to see them fighting in a competition, Like, that's what Mortal Kombat is. And like, I get it. They were trying to set up the universe, but sometimes I don't know, you set up this universe too much and you kind of lose me. Yeah, it's called Hell House LLC Lineage. See if I think there's a trailer.
All right, I will look it up. Hell House LLC Unlimited.
Because they just released. Oh, there's just a teaser. It's only a 30-second teaser.
I'm not seeing it. Oh, yeah.
There's a teaser trailer.
Is it even worth it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. But like, they released Mask, which I think is pretty dope. Like, they released these bunch of different clowns in the movies. They released Mask, like, to where anybody can buy them. I think they're through Trick or Treat. So super cool.
Jack's like, aren't you the ones that complain when a trailer shows you too much? Yes. And we also complain when it doesn't show you enough.
Yeah. There's a balance.
If you
don't show anything, there's no reason to show a trailer.
Yeah.
Because literally, like, there's the whole point of a trailer is to give you what the movie is roughly about, and then show you some images that make you want to see it. Like, if you notice how I edit my videos, I take trailers that are existing trailers of movies and I recut them in a way that nothing is spoiled, but you're just getting interesting looking visuals, because that's all anybody needs. You just need a synopsis, like a basic plot, and some interesting images. And I don't know why too many trailers don't understand that. Like, you got to give us some interesting images. You don't have to spoil shit to do that. Because, like, a good example is Pet Sematary 2018. That trailer was great. Everything about it was great. They did exactly what you should do, except for they go and they show the little girl get killed. And so it's like, oh, really? So the only difference between you and the 1989 version is that the different kid gets killed. That's the one huge spoiler. It's the only thing that makes you different than the other. And you spoil that in the trailer. Yeah. That's like literally a 3-second shot. You could have just cut that out and the trailer's just great. Nothing about that makes people want to see it more. And like, that's what, if you're editing, that's what people should be thinking about is like, is it worth the risk of spoiling something if it's going to make you want to see the movie more? If it's not going to make you want to see the movie more, then there's no reason to risk spoiling anything at all.
Right.
And you can also show an image that doesn't spoil. A lot of times you can put different sound from a different scene over like an image. And even though the image is of a scene that would be spoiling, because you don't hear what's going on, it doesn't spoil it. Sometimes the other way around. You could do audio from a scene that if you were to see it, it would spoil it. But the audio by itself only is a nice teaser. So it's like some of the best trailers I've ever seen are disjointed. Like things are in different time periods. So like it'll be the movie, but they take things from the end, put it towards the beginning and so on. And so because you're not connecting the time dots, it doesn't spoil it for you.
Well,
I think a lot of people don't realize like what an art form it is to cut and edit a trailer.
Yeah, people get paid a lot of money to do it.
They don't though. Look, depends on the movie, but a lot of times, man, it's just like some poor bastard intern like that doesn't really get paid much at all.
Mr.
That's why we don't know anybody that does trailers. Like, think about it. Do you know the name of a single editor that's known for trailers? I don't.
I'm not.
And I really respect trailers, and I don't know any of them.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like sometimes it's an editor as far as like they edit movies and they'll edit the trailer for the movie. Like that does happen sometimes, but most of the time it's not. It's just the studio gets someone to do it.
Horror Dad says, I hate when you see a trailer and then the movie and everything that was good in the movie was in the trailer. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta,
but it's, you got like different, the thing is when you're making a trailer, your whole motivation is to get people to go see the movie. So it's not your fault that the movie's not great. It's like if you're editing, you got to get people to go see the movie. Like that's your job.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if the movie's not great. And so like sometimes everything that was interesting is in the trailer. It's because, well, the movie didn't have that much interesting shit. But when you're making the trailer, you still got to still show stuff.
Yeah. All right. Are we watching this?
Sure.
So this is the
like
Hell
30
House.
Seconds.
This is the Hell House LLC teaser. And sorry if we're boring you guys. There's just literally nothing to talk about. So we're just shooting the shit. All right, here we go.
Why are you saying no boobs, James Hughes? See, and that's a good job of a teaser.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But as far as the editor, like as far as editing goes, it's like you're not, because there isn't audio to go with those images, there's not much context. So you're just simply getting interesting. Now, if that was the only trailer, that's different. You know, you got to give some story, some plot. But visually, it's all it's trying to show you is the quality level, like how well the movie looks and is it going to be creepy? And you got that from that.
Yeah. Mr. Wonderful says more trailers should say spoiler, no boobs.
You know, that's the other thing like people don't think about when it comes to editing a trailer or even my videos is that you also have to cut out a lot of things that might be interesting because like you don't want it to get blocked or age restricted and stuff like that, especially nowadays. Like trailers have to be able to be seen on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like all these different places. And that's why you have those red band ones, because it's a red band trailer. It shows the whole thing, but that means that it's shadow banned, so to speak, by YouTube, so that it's age restricted. So a lot of people won't even see that trailer. And so that's like, I think if you have a movie like The Sadness or something that's super fucked up and gory, that's the way to go. Like definitely do 2 trailers, do a red band one to where you can see how fucked up it is. And then another one to just for general audiences.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to watch that movie again. I watched The Sadness, and then like I had to take a shower, and like
it's funny that it affected, because a lot of people were affected that way. I don't know, man. Like for me, I was just kind of like, after a few minutes, it was just like overkill. Like when there's that much gore and that much fucked up stuff, it starts to like, it loses its weight. It doesn't impact the same. You're just kind of like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
and the eyeball scene, I actually laughed out loud.
Really?
Yeah. I started laughing so hard. And like some people were like, that's the most fucked up scene. I'm like, but it's just funny, dude. It's like it because of it's I don't know. It's just so fucked that it's funny somehow. I don't know.
I mean, movies can cross that line. I don't think The Sadness did it, or at least it didn't do it for me. Because like I felt a lot of it, and I felt the same way about The Sadness in a lot of instances as I felt at The Ruins. Remember we talked about The Ruins last week?
Yeah.
Like,
see, I think The Ruins hits way harder because it isn't a constant flood of like literally The Sadness throws everything you possibly can at the screen. It's like you see constantly. And I will always stand by, and I'm not saying you got to do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre or you don't really see anything, or a Psycho. Like that stuff doesn't work nowadays. You got to show some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you really can't get away with just having people's imaginations. It just doesn't work. But
you can maybe have one off-screen kill, but like you everything
well,
else
it's not even that as much as just like when you're constant, like the breakneck speed in that movie, where you're literally constantly seeing another horrific scene, you know, and because like that, like the opening subway or train or whatever scene, that's great. I wouldn't have changed that at all. But then show some running, show some of them trying to escape and all that for a while, and then show me another gruesome, like, but it was like, you're instantly transported over to the guy who's seeing like someone with a oil fry pan burning off their face. You know what I mean? And then it immediately runs outside and sees people stepping on someone's arm and breaking it. And like, you know what I mean? It was like constantly, like every scene in that movie, you're seeing constant gore and grossness and blood.
Yeah.
And that's all I mean. It didn't offend me at all. That's the thing. It was the opposite. For me, it was just like, okay, ho-hum. Like, a lot of movies hit way harder to me when it's less. It's like less is more. You have to find that balance. And that's not to say I don't think The Sadness is cool. Like, if you're a special effects nut, dude, The Sadness is like the movie.
Yeah. Jordan says saw a Red Band trailer in front of a PG-13 movie last week. Unusual? I think that is unusual. Yeah. I don't know why you would show a Red Band in front of a PG-13
Where
movie.
did you see that?
Yeah, that might have got slipped in when it wasn't.
Because I don't remember ever seeing a Red Band trailer in theaters, like ever.
Oh, I've seen Red Band trailers in theaters. You've never seen a Red Band trailer in a theater?
For a wide release, like big budget, or for like...
Well,
because I don't even think they can put those in like for...
Yeah, I saw there were Red Bands for come on, that's the slasher movie last year. Perspective from the Killer.
Oh,
there was a Red Band trailer.
Oh yeah,
for
that's true. You're right.
There was a Red Band trailer.
A lot of the Shudder stuff, but it's not
a Red Band trailer for what was that one that came out this year about the guy that like doesn't feel pain?
Oh yeah,
there was a Red Band trailer for that.
Was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But either way, I don't remember seeing any of those in front of something that wasn't R-rated.
Yeah, I've never seen one in front of a PG-13 movie. That I don't.
But like,
did
they show that before Jurassic Park or something?
Do that. Yeah, like you can't do that because.
But that is a lot to do with the management of the theater. So, because depending on where you see it, they put the package together.
Yeah.
So if it's a big chain like a Cinemark, right there, they all show the same trailer packages because they're sent to you. So like, it's not like the manager of the theater
Novocaine, thank you.
edits those together. At the home office, they put that together in accordance with the studios that are paying to get those, right? They have someone that literally puts those packages together, and then they drop them basically, and everybody downloads them, like all the theaters download them. So they all plays the same trailer packages.
So
But
it was caught
the smaller
stealing.
theaters have to put their own trailer packages together. So
Jordan said it was caught stealing in front of F1. Wow, yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, I saw Caught Stealing. You sure that's a Red Band trailer? Because I saw that trailer too, but I didn't think it was Red Band. Yeah, dude, are you sure that was a Red Band trailer? Because I saw that trailer in front of F1.
Brad Pitt was paid $30
Yeah,
million.
dude, I don't see it a Red Band trailer for that movie, dude.
Do you hear what I said?
What?
Brad Pitt was paid $30 million for F1.
Good. Should have been. I mean, he's what brings people in. There's only a few stars like that legitimately can bring in, you know, and on their own. Just putting him on a movie says $100 million right there.
Jordan, you would know if it was a Red Band trailer because where it says this trailer has been approved for all audiences.
Oh, no, Jordan, that doesn't make it a Red Band just because you see swearing and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a red screen where it says this trailer is only approved for audiences over
Red
blah, blah,
Band
blah.
is mostly to do with gore.
Well, and nudity.
Yeah, but nudity's rare. You don't see nudity in trailers very often, even Red Band ones.
Right.
Like you'll see maybe a butt or a side boob, but like I can't think of a trailer ever that's shown like full on nudity or anything in a trailer. But yeah, there is not I didn't see a Red Band listed anywhere for Caught Stealing. I mean, yeah, there's hard R's or not hard. There's hard F-bombs, but that doesn't make it Red Band.
That's what a Red Band trailer looks like.
Oh, I thought you were going to show Red Band for Caught Stealing. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Where did you find that? Because I was just looking. I don't see any Red Bands. But like that movie doesn't like, because that's why I was like, are you sure? Because Caught Stealing, like, it doesn't, like, there's nothing in it that's going to be like a Red Band. You know what I mean? It's not like really a gory kind of movie. It looks fun though. But I do agree. And I didn't think about that at the time. But you are right. That trailer has lots of F-bombs. And it is interesting that it's a PG-13 movie that you have R-rated trailers. Because those are R-rated trailers. They're not Red Band. There's a difference. Like an R-rated trailer is still green, but doesn't have it'll say R, but it's the green thing like he just showed instead of but the red one, that's what we're talking about with Red Band.
I'm trying to find when the first Red Band trailer was shown. Because now I'm curious.
It's common with Shudder movies. I know when I have gone to see a Shudder movie, they always play like an IFC Shudder release. They always play Shudder IFC movies trailers before the movie, right? And I know a lot of those are Red Band. Now that I think about it, what I'm trying to remember is, have I ever seen like in a mainstream movie, not a small indie, IFC movie, but like a mainstream one? Have I ever seen? Because I know I saw a Red Band trailer before Terrifier 2. Because they showed the trailer for damn it, the one experimental movie that takes place in Australia and it's a lot of it's dark and a lot of sounds and shit. Oh, what's that movie? Not Badlands. Fuck, what is it called?
I don't know.
I don't know if you've seen it. Anyway, I know I saw a Red Band trailer for that before all Terrifier movies. I've seen because Terrifier 3 the same thing. I saw Red Band trailers, but that's a not rated movie. Like Terrifiers have no rating. So like that's what I'm trying to think of is when I've gone to see a big blockbuster like R-rated movie. have ever seen a red band trailer before them. Because I wonder if you can show a red band, or I mean, not that you can, but like, do they for like bigger movies, or is it only an indie movie thing?
I don't know. I'm not. That's why I don't understand why trying to find the history of red band trailers is so hard. Like the first page of Google just tells you, like, it's website after website going the difference between red and green band trailers, and I'm like, I don't care. I want to know the history. Yeah. Why is it called red band? You know, like, does it have something to do with film? You know what I mean? And I'm sure it does. Well,
it's only called, I think, red band because it has the red border thing. So I think it's a nickname. I don't think it's like an official name for it.
Well, no, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Because I wonder what it's like when it first started, what it was called.
Yeah.
Like, because we all red band, it may be that is what they called it, but I doubt it. I think it's probably because it's basically an R-rated movie. It's like the R-rated of the R-rated movies, basically.
Well, film terms are also like pretty stupid the way they come about. Like, it could just be, sorry, I dropped my cap. It could just be that, you know, the trailer had a red band around the first reel, like the first, you know, part of the reel to indicate that it was a trailer that had R-rated content. Like, you know, then it's called a red band trailer. Like, but I don't know if that's true. Like, I just want to know.
But that's the thing. It's not just R-rated content, because lots of regular R-rated trailers have swearing in them and violence and some gore.
It deals with, but it deals with actual violence.
It's the extreme. That's what I'm wondering. What makes it red band? Like, because there has to be a rating thing, you know, because it's not that the companies purposely say, hey, it's going to be red band. It's to do with the censor, you know, the same people that censor the movies and, you know, the ratings. What are they called?
The MPAA.
Yeah. They also decide on these trailers. And so like when you cut a trailer, you still have to get it approved by them.
Otaku 420 asks, DJ, who's going to lead the Browns onto the field in week 1? Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. That we're not trotting out Shedeur Sanders or any other rookie. That's not going to happen.
You should hope they do.
No,
because what's the reason point?
Because
you're not going to win anyway. Why would you bother with Joe Flacco? Like, to me, the only reason you have Joe Flacco is to help bring along these rookies.
Yeah, and how's he supposed to do that if the rookies are playing and he's not?
Dude, he helps them in the locker room, helps them on the practice field.
Kanan, you don't start rookies.
Dude,
you don't start
rookies year one. You got to see if those guys have anything worth their salt. Yeah, and you need to lose this year.
You put them out for a half. You put them out for a half a game in a preseason game. You don't play them in a regular season.
Yeah, that's a normal fucking team, not a team that hasn't had a decent quarterback ever.
Baker Mayfield.
Seriously? Mayfield sucked when he was on the Browns, dude. He was not.
We went deep into the playoff. What the fuck?
He was not the same.
We went deep into the playoffs with Baker Mayfield. We were in the postseason every year, except for 2021. We were in the postseason with Baker Mayfield.
8 or 9 wins. They weren't like great fucking teams.
We went into round 2 of the playoffs.
Dude, look at his numbers. His numbers were not great. Baker Mayfield, I'm not saying he wasn't good. He was decent. They should have never let him go, right? I'm not arguing with that. The Deshaun Watson thing was the dumbest thing any franchise maybe has ever done. I'm just saying he was Baker Mayfield that we see in Tampa right now. That's all I'm saying.
The Browns are not trying to win this year. They're trying, and they're probably going to get away
lose.
They're probably going to get away with. They're probably going to get away with 9 games, and Joe Flacco is only going to play half of the season anyway, and then Kenny Pickett's going to come in and play.
They shouldn't play either of those guys because the whole thing for this season should be
you do not
lose unless one of those guys, dude. It should be to lose unless one of those guys becomes the guy, because one of the best quarterbacks we've seen in a long time is in this draft or this upcoming draft. Like what's his name? Colt? Is it Manning? What's his first name? Is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's Eli Manning's nephew, and the dude has been groomed for Texas for a couple years now. Like he's legit.
Yeah, when you have rookie quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders and Dylan
Gabriel,
a normal
team.
You keep. Okay, I don't know what you mean by normal and abnormal team. So I'm just going to assume that all 32 pro football teams are normal teams.
No,
The
a
Browns are
normal
not
team
trying
as
to win
in a
this
team
year.
that thinks they have the chance to do something.
Okay, that's 4 teams every year.
No.
Yeah.
No, because if you get in the playoffs, dude, we've seen. I mean, we saw the
Who do you
Giants
think?
get
Okay,
in
who do
this
you think's
wild card and win
All
the
right,
Super Bowl
I'm
twice.
gonna love this. Somebody clip this. Kane Becker. Who do you think's going to the Super Bowl this year? What are the teams that are going to the Super Bowl?
There's probably 10 teams that I think have a legitimate shot.
10. That's a lot.
Yeah, between both sides.
That's a lot.
Dude, there's quite a few, man. Because
Like
just
who?
the NFC, just the NFC alone, I think the Rams have a shot at it. The Niners have a shot at it. If the Niners come back, they're a little lesser, but they do. If the Niners are like the Niners we've seen in the last few years, not last year, but before that, they have a shot. Definitely the Eagles, 100% have a shot. Washington has a shot. That's 4 teams. Plus, you also have Green Bay, who has a shot. Minnesota, possibly.
Green Bay?
Yeah, dude. Green Bay almost went to the NFC Championship last year and the year before. And then, of course, the Lions. That's 6 teams just in the NFC.
Mental Health says Sports Pirate Entertainment.
You don't think which one of those teams do you think doesn't have a chance to go to the Super Bowl? Of those 6?
I do not think Green Bay has a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I
Okay.
also don't think,
Don't
think that the Niners have a chance either. But
I think just simply from their track record gives them a shot at it. You know, they've been to the NFC Championship game 3 years in a row and a Super Bowl 1 of those years. Like they had a bad year last year, but they had everybody injured.
Sorry, guys.
It's not like
the chat back on. Sorry.
It's not like a bunch of the players are, they've lost some guys, but they've also gained some guys. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying.
And how many of them
the
are
Niners track
rookies?
record still have the same coaches, same quarterback, same running back. Like they still have a lot of they're not starting that many rookies.
Okay. So
the Niners lost a few players, but they've also they have gotten some, a lot of people will sleeping on the Niners because they just don't know. You know what I mean?
This is true, Otaku.
I am following all the little stuff that's going on with them. I'm not saying they're for sure. I'm just saying they have a shot. Either way, at least four teams have a legit shot from the NFC. And the AFC as well. Dude, the Ravens, 100% have a shot. Kansas City, 100%. Let's see. The Bills, so that's 3.
The Bucks? Who's their quarterback?
That's the NFC. I wouldn't count out the Bucks. Like they're one of those that
who's their quarterback?
Just like Washington was last year. I can see dude, it's Baker Mayfield. I was saying you didn't even listen to what I said. I said the Baker Mayfield with Tampa right now is not the same Baker you had in Cleveland. Like he's definitely a better quarterback now. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that he wasn't a decent quarterback with Cleveland, but he wasn't he's a Pro Bowl quarterback right now. He's like top 10 in the NFL, I think. So
no, not top 10.
You don't think Baker's top 10?
No.
Dude.
Hang on. I don't think anybody thinks that.
I think he is. I think he would be probably 10. 9 or 10.
No. Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott.
Hold on. Matt Stafford. Who after Matt Stafford?
Kyler Murray.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers should be nowhere near that. That's insane. Aaron Rodgers, even before, it's been 3 or 4 years. Regardless of him being old and having injuries now and this and starting with a new team, Aaron Rodgers has not been the top 10 quarterback in a number of years, dude. Going back to the Packers, that's insane. And I'm one of those people that think he's, one of the greatest of all time, but he's not.
PFF has Baker Mayfield at 13.
Well,
they have Jordan Love and Brock Purdy ahead of him and Geno Smith.
Oh, okay, I would never put Geno Smith above him. No way. Maybe Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy still to me hasn't proven on the same level that Baker has.
Well, according to PFF, they like
if
Geno
Brock
Smith
Purdy
better
has
than Baker.
another, if he has a, like I said, if the Niners are back like they were for like 5 years prior to the last year, and Brock Purdy's right on the helm again, then yeah, but I have more confidence in Baker Mayfield, and I'm a Niner fan. I have more confidence in Baker right now than I would just because of his surrounding cast. Like, you know, the Bucs brought back all the same guys. Their wide receivers and everything is healthy. Like that Bucs offense for the last couple of years has been legit, dude.
Yes.
There was a span, there was like a 5 or 6 game span last year that Baker was like top 3, top 4, like playing wise.
Yeah, because he was playing against the fucking Panthers or somebody.
No, there was a span.
He wasn't playing against good teams.
Great. Yeah, but he's not like, if you even remember in the playoffs last year, remember the game he had? He was like balling out, but his defense just kept letting him down.
Casey says
he's like Matt Stafford, where he's one of those quarterbacks that he always gives your team a chance to win.
Casey says Peele's doing a sports horror he's producing, which looks interesting. I forget what it's called. Do you remember what that movie's called? You know what I'm talking about?
Peele is? Oh, you're talking about him.
Him.
Yeah, that's another one that I'm really looking forward to. That movie looks unhinged.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie looks
I'm really
good.
excited about that one.
It could be good. It could be trash, but it could be good.
Well, yeah, but you can say that about most movies.
Yeah.
The only time you say anything different really is if it's like very much proven people involved. But even then, because like I love 28 Years Later, but you're not a fan of it.
No.
But going in, you know, you were pretty confident you were gonna, you know, in the people that made it and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm just saying you never know. You just never know.
Yeah, you don't. Horror Dad says, what did you guys think of Stream? Oh, I still haven't seen it. I saw Deadstream. I haven't seen Stream yet. Kanan, you saw
oh my God. I already forgot I saw that movie. That's right. I did go see that last week. That movie's so dumb, dude. And it actually made me kind of angry because it shows online content creators in that stereotype bullshit way that isn't even really a thing much anymore. Like a lot of that is stuff that was more of a thing like 5, 6, like 2016 to 2020, like in that span. That's where you saw a lot of these, like that type of, you know, because you had the house, like the hype house and stuff like that. That stuff's dead. But a lot of people in like mainstream, your general populace and people don't realize that. And so like there's still that stereotype that that's what content creators are like. And most of us, especially blue collar ones like me, fucking hate that shit. Because it's like, we're not like that at all. You know, like that fake, like we care about like all these superficial things and that we're, you know what I mean? Just like vapid people. And so the movie, it's all about it. Just the most vapid fucking pretty people. And there's just literally nothing interesting about it. Like who the killer ends up being is so obvious through the entire movie. And it's just, there's literally nothing memorable about it at all. Like to the point where I completely forgot I saw that movie. When he said Stream, I was like, I have no idea what movie he's talking about. And I'm like trying to rack my brain. I'm like, what movie is that? Is bad, dude. But yeah, I mean, I stayed for the whole movie, which is saying something, because a lot of these like really low budget, like crappy movies like this, like they can't even hold your attention for the entire movie. And at least it felt like a movie. Like it legitimately is a movie. Like that's the best thing I could say about it, is it's an actual movie. But there's nothing good in it. Like there's no performances, there's no visuals, there's nothing that stands out about it at all.
This is a movie that was made.
It's literally 1,000 of these on Tubi right now. There's like 1,000 of them. And it's what I thought it was. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. But every now and then I'll see one of these that surprises me. Like speaking of Stream, the movie Scream, what was it? Is it just Scream? Or that one last year? It was
I don't know.
Damn it. I'm spacing on any of it, but it was the guys that did Terrifier. Like it was something similar. It was a streaming.
I thought it was Stream
No,
because Damien Leone was the makeup artist.
no, that's not this one. That's the one I'm talking about. That was last year.
So
that's the problem when these people they make all this fucking same name movies.
Yeah, there's two 2024 movies called Stream.
There's Streaming. What the fuck is the movie I saw last week?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's not Streaming.
I have no idea.
See, that's the dumbest. Like when these people. Oh, hold on. Maybe the one I'm thinking of is Live. Is it Live Scream?
Live Scream. You think an influencer? We don't know, guys. I'm gonna read.
No, that
chat.
movie's really good. That's not even on the same. Like that's why these people need to think, dude. Like the people that make these movies, like think about your fucking name. Like I don't understand. It's like you'll spend all this time making these movies. Like a movie like Influencer is a perfect example. Like really, really quality movie, super talented, everybody involved, like a really high quality movie. And then it's like, what? You spent 5 seconds to think of a name?
Yeah.
Because there are so many names you could have come up with for Influencer that would have made that movie more of a hit. But it's one of those super generic names that unless you've seen the movie, you're just going to be, it's another one of these kind of movies that I'm trying to figure out. I think Live Stream is the one from last week.
I don't know. You know, it's a great title, Cabin in the Woods. I thought that was a great title for a movie.
Especially for horror, because that's such a known trope.
And a meta horror at that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like the name has layers to it.
Right.
Because it's like after you've seen it, the name has even more like meaning and weight and all that.
I got to watch that movie again. It's so good. Poor Joss Whedon, man. Talk about a fall from grace.
Yeah, but I still have faith in him. I still think he's a talented filmmaker.
I think he's very talented.
I wasn't, I wasn't a fan at all of Wolfman, like at all. But I did think that his movie before that, Invisible Man, was good.
Right.
And good enough that I still have faith in him because he's made a few that are really, really good and then a few that are not great. Because there was even certain things about Wolfman where I was like, man, like you could see that he is a talented filmmaker. It wasn't like he forgot how to make movies. There was just certain things about that movie. I think casting was a big part of the problem with Wolfman.
Yeah.
And then just in general, it just didn't work. And like, that's what people, like a lot of times people forget how many people it takes to make a movie and how many moving parts are involved. And so it's like, all it takes is a couple of those moving parts to not function right. And now your movie's a dud.
Yeah. Jennifer, why is Cabin in the Woods not good? What you said Cabin in the Woods is so what? What is it? It's fantastic.
It's so
yeah, how can you just say it's so, but that's it?
It's a fucking game changer, is what it is.
Yeah, it is such a great, like it's such a great.
Yeah, Stream is the one from last year that was actually really good. It was the one that surprised me. And it has a bunch of like famous 1980s, especially horror icons in it and stuff.
Okay.
But that was the one that is surprising. Like it's much better than you'd expect for that kind of movie. Live Stream is the one that came out last week. That is a pile of dookie.
Okay. So the one that you were just complaining about was Live Stream. but Stream, directed by Michael Levy, is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because Michael Levy is the same guy that did Werewolves, I believe.
Hang on.
Or no, he did something else that I've seen that I wasn't a fan of, but still, like, he's a competent filmmaker.
He was in all the Terrifier movies.
I don't think he's in those movies. I think he's
a producer, actor, director.
I know, but I don't know if he had acted in those movies.
He was Will the Exterminator in Terrifier. He was a DJ, club announcer.
Because he also did he was also involved in Screambox, which was another one that was surprisingly good.
Well, anyway.
Or Screamboat, not Screambox. Screamboat, which is the Mickey one.
Get your movies right.
Dude, that's what I mean. These people need to take more than a second to think of their movie names.
How much time you got?
I got
Jennifer, I got time. Make your arguments, lady. I would love to know why you don't think that Cabin in the Woods was good.
Stephen Lamorte did Screamboat.
All the crazy things at the end wasn't great. What crazy things? When they released all of the creatures that they were keeping, why is that not great?
Dude, this is like a killer unicorn, man.
It is great. The security system failed, and now all of these nightmare creatures that they use are running wild, killing people. It's awesome.
I don't really need to defend that movie because the horror community does it for me, because it is one of the most beloved horror movies from the last 20 years.
She just says all crap. Well, okay. All right. Jennifer, what is a good meta horror movie? Give me that so I at least know where your barometer is. Like what is your standard?
I wonder if she knows what meta means.
Give me a horror movie like Cabin in the Woods that you think is good.
Because my guess is that she didn't get the tone of it, and so like she's not in on a joke, so to speak. Because that's why that movie works.
Yeah.
Like if you're not in on the joke, then it doesn't work. But if you're in on the joke, it's just like I talk about all the time with satire and black comedy. A lot of people don't get that humor. Like it's hard to even explain what I mean by that. But like, it's like any joke. If you don't get the punchline, then the joke's not going to be funny.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you can watch Cabin in the Woods and not understand that it's all tongue in cheek. Like that it's
you can. If you think if you're taking it as a serious horror movie and you didn't grow up with all those icons and the tropes and stuff.
But there's no way.
This is the same people that Scream doesn't work for. It's like it's revisionist history in a way. It's like
if you watch different.
No, they're the same thing. They're both playing on the same thing. Scream did it first. Trust me, I'm older than you. I saw Scream at the perfect age and at time. How old were you when you saw Scream?
Well, I didn't see Scream until later, just because I hadn't seen my first horror movie until I was 16.
Yeah,
but who cares how old you are? It doesn't matter.
Because it matters because you'd seen things that came after that. Scream was literally like one of those moments in time that reset horror, and nothing's been the same since.
Hang on,
Philly. It's one of those where, just like Blair Witch, right? Where you could still like it and appreciate it now, but you're never going to get it on the level that we did then, because that movie was created from what we had come from. Cabin in the Woods is one of those as well. If you go back and you see it now, it's not the same as when you saw it then, because at that point there wasn't all the stuff that's come since.
Philly's gifted one Ghost Pirate Entertainment membership.
Thank you, Philly.
Does this every week.
I really appreciate that. Super.
Jennifer says, what joke? The whole movie's a joke.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
It's satire.
It is a horror comedy. It is a parody of horror movies.
It's an observation
while being a
of
horror
the
movie.
horror industry and the tropes. The same thing that Scream did, but Cabin in the Woods is much more of an overt joke. Like the entire movie is a joke, whereas Scream was using, it wasn't really a joke. Like Scream wasn't meant to be funny. It's meta, and that's what I meant by being like Cabin in the Woods. Both of them are meta, but Cabin is more about the joke. It's having fun. It's not making fun of it as much as it's having fun with that whole idea.
Yeah, I mean, like it's
and what it is to be a horror fan.
It's exploring like, why are there so many of these tropes in horror? What could the reason be? And it offers a reason, and it's a brilliant, hilarious reason. It comments, it understands horror. Yeah, so Jennifer,
but yet it's still a horror movie, and that's what's great about it too, because it still has gore, it still has monsters, it still has horror.
It's
super bleak. I mean, the ending is bleak as fucking, which is also brilliant.
Yeah.
It just, that very end is awesome. It couldn't have ended any cooler than the way that movie ends.
Like Screams, like Cabin in the Woods.
Jennifer, you're just being a troll. I'm about to ban you.
Don't.
She says, I don't see the difference in trash.
Yeah, but then she has a laughy face. Okay. I just
everyone remember, we don't see the tone that you're saying things. So like sometimes if you're, like, that's why it's good that she did a smiley face, because if you're just talking shit, that's fine. I'm not banning anybody for talking shit. But like, if you're just being a troll that's just trying to incite a fight or whatever, then I don't tolerate that.
Yeah, Jennifer, you need to watch Cabin in the Woods from a different
otaku. That's what I meant. Like, context is important. So like sometimes if you're talking shit, that's fine, but make sure that that we're aware that you're just talking shit, that you're being playful and messing with us.
All right. But yeah, so tell me what you think is a good.
All good, Jennifer. All good.
If you didn't think Cabin in the Woods was a meta horror comedy, I would recommend going into it again with that mindset.
Well, it's also why The Rise of Leslie Vernon didn't work for everyone.
I don't know why.
Some people,
that movie's incredible too.
Because if you're not, like, think about it, if you were someone that goes, like, think about from your average Joe who hasn't seen very many horror movies, you're not going to get a lot of the jokes that's in The Rise of Leslie Vernon. And so you're going to be kind of bored. You're just going to be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. If what makes that movie work is the punchline and the jokes, the setup, the everything. Because he says it with a straight face, even though it's super funny. Like, he refers to Freddy and Jason and all these different people and all these different tropes and things like that. But if you're not familiar with all those, you're just going to be like, okay, I don't really get what's funny about that. I don't really get what you know what I mean? Think about that movie if you take it totally straight. And it's the same with Cabin in the Woods. If you take it totally straight and you're not in on the joke, I'm not saying it's a horrible movie. I still think it's entertaining on some level, but not nearly the same than if you are in on the joke, like most of us.
Yeah, there's a different level of appreciation if you're new or if you're seasoned horror.
But there's also that crowd of people, and I deal with them all the time, that think every horror movie needs to be scary. And if it's not scary, then they're like, this isn't a horror movie, and it's, why am I even bothering watching it? Like, there's a ton of those people, a ton. And those are more of what I think of as like the surface level horror fans. They just look at horror the same way they do a roller coaster ride. They just want to go on the ride once in a while, and they're, they consider themselves a horror fan. But if you say, some really obscure shit to them, they're going to be like, what? The people that haven't even seen The Descent,
Yeah.
Which a lot of us, like me, The Descent is mainstream.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that are like, The Descent, what the fuck is that?
Right. All right. I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. I'm gonna be. It's 8.
It's 5:30.
It's only 8:30. I know. I understand, but
fucking old man.
I'm barely keeping it together. Today was one of the busiest days of my week, and I don't want to just be.
All right,
on
let's
here
go
talking
to
nonsense.
let's go to 9, and then we'll be done.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to waste people's time and just talk about nothing. But
that's
I
why
do
let's
have
talk to the chat.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I have an announcement that I can't make yet that I want to. That's exciting, but I have to keep it under wraps.
Yeah, you already told us that you are signing a deal.
No, it's a different thing. It's a whole other it's the other thing I told you today on Messenger.
Huh?
You don't even remember. It's okay.
I don't think I read it.
Oh, all right. I'm going to read some chats real quick. Kilted says, I love that flick, Vernon. Tony says, oh my God, I love The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Such a great film. Yeah, we love it.
Oh,
too.
yeah. No, I didn't read that. That's fucking insane. So when can you announce that?
I'm hoping by tomorrow.
And that's like a official, like a done deal thing?
Yeah, we have a title sponsor and everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, people. So make sure you tune in next Wednesday because this is dope.
Yeah,
I can't wait to know more about it.
I'll tell you more about it. Jennifer says, I didn't know it was a specific kind of movie that y'all were talking about. I showed up late to the party. What? Watch Cabin in the Woods. Just watch it. Hermes says these movies live in a space between true horror like The Exorcist and complete parody like Scary Movie. Well, yeah.
I don't
Jordan
know if
says,
there is I also push back on that. I don't really know if there is a true horror. Like people say that all the time, and it's like really about perspective and like your own interpretation because nobody can agree on this shit. Like people argue about this all the time. And it's like,
yeah,
because like there's a lot of movies that I would consider true horror, but then you have people that are like, well, Jaws isn't a horror movie. And I'm like, what? How the fuck's Jaws not a horror movie? But there's a ton of people that say Jaws isn't a horror movie. Just like people that say Alien isn't a horror movie. So it's like, it's so hard with these things. That's why I always hate to try to make it out like there's this black and white thing because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. The kitty's
bugging you for food?
Hermes. No, Hermes asked, and so he was napping over on the bed, so I just woke him up and told him to come over here. So here he is. It's just my microphone blocked him, so you can't really see him. That's why I put him up with the camera. But he's here. He's being a good boy. He already ate his dinner though, so.
But that's all I mean. I just like I'm a huge I hate the gatekeeping stuff. Like I despise it. And like I swear horror and metal fans are the worst gatekeepers. They drive me up the fucking
and I think gatekeeping's good. I think you need to have gatekeepers.
No, you don't. You think you say that, but I promise you don't, because if you're into gatekeeping, then that means there's always going to be someone on one side and someone on the other.
Yes, that's true. There's
no way you can ever have new fans.
No, that's incorrect.
And it's like bullshit because like who makes the rules? It's like if I would be down with gatekeeping if we all could agree, but we can't. And so that's why I hate gatekeeping. Because if you could get a panel of people and these are the people and they all say this is it, then that's fine. Let's have that gate. But you can't. Like, let's take metal, for example. Like, dude, there's so many fucking people that try to say stuff like, well, Lamb of God's not metal. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
That's not gatekeeping.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. That's not.
Dude, there are so many people that say true metal died in the 80s. I have heard it hundreds of thousands of times.
That's fine.
Dude.
Gatekeeping, that's not gatekeeping.
Yeah, it is. What is gatekeeping then?
Gatekeeping, okay. There's three, like,
keep talking. I can hear you. I just can't respond. I'm running to grab a drink.
Okay, there's three parts of it. And when we're talking about hobbies, right? When we're talking about hobbies, whether it's metal or horror or whatever, the reason why gatekeeping is good, and you have to do it with intent and discernment, obviously. Like, I'm not talking about elitism, like where you said Lamb of God's not metal. I'm not talking about bullying, where you see somebody with a band shirt and you're like, name 5 songs. Like, that's not gatekeeping. That's just being you. That's just being an elitist asshole or a bully. But the function that it serves when you're actually gatekeeping, when you're protecting the integrity of a hobby or of a subculture,
Well,
you're
then
preserving
explain what gatekeeping is. Your
I'm getting
definition.
there. I'm getting there.
Okay. Well, you're
You're
going a really
preserving
slow
the
way of getting
integrity.
there.
You're preserving the integrity, the culture, and the standards that this community is built around. And when it's built around a shared passion. So every hobby has a culture, right? You have a set of values. You have like a learning curve. There's like it takes a while. Gatekeeping ensures that people that are engaging with it respect the depth and don't flatten it into like this mass market fluff that doesn't mean anything. So for example, like if everyone could suddenly call themselves a filmmaker after posting a TikTok reel, the term loses all of its weight, right? The gate says, prove you know the craft, or at least respect it, right? So gatekeeping is not bad. Elitism and bullying is, but gatekeeping is good because it makes people rise to the level. Even if it's a low bar, it makes you rise to that level to be able to be an active member of the subculture and of the community, and people are going to welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, but the problem
is
I didn't say that I don't think it's possible to have good gatekeeping or any of that. I said horror and metal are the worst at it. Worst gatekeepers.
They
drive me crazy.
Elitists. You're thinking elitist.
No. I'm talking about even just what you said.
I'm a gatekeeper.
The problem is no one can fucking agree on anything. That's why they're the worst.
There's nothing to agree on.
Where the hell is the gate?
There's nothing to agree on.
If we're gonna have a gate, that's fine. Let's fence this shit in. But then we need to, for the most part, agree on our fence line. But no one in horror and metal ever can. All they ever do is fight and argue about it. No one ever fucking agrees, and that's what drives me crazy. It's just like every movie that comes out now, like the Twitter and the whole world as a community right now of moviegoers, right? That's another one that drives me crazy. It's because no one can ever agree on any movie. There's never a movie that even the majority agrees on. Like every fucking movie, everybody's got to be divided on now. And it's like, that's what I'm talking about. And it's just stupid and annoying.
Okay. Your problem is with elitists. That's your problem.
No, I'm just talking about people agreeing on it. Because I agree with what you're saying, and that's the way it used to be.
There are different
when I was growing up, that's how it was. But it feels like since 2020, that shit's just denigrated. And so that's why I take such issue with gatekeeping now. Is because it's like a mess. Like there isn't a united front. So there is no fence. It's like different people have fences all over the fucking place. Because like if we could all agree, because like the people that should have the voice, so to speak, on who makes this fence should be people like me, like people that speak for the genre, like not just me, but I mean like YouTubers, writers, like anybody that speaks on horror, right? Those are the ones that should basically be the ones that say, this is the fence. This is the gate, right? But that's not, because they can't even agree on shit. They just spend all day fighting.
All right. Well,
and no one listens. Because like, for instance, someone like James from Dead Meat should have a huge voice of what is considered horror and what's not, right? But dude, people talk so much shit, and like, so
yeah, but you're gonna get that. It doesn't matter.
What's the point? Is what I'm like. What's the point of even saying this is horror? This is not, like, whatever. Because
there is no point.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's pointless. Gatekeeping is pointless.
No,
there is no real.
Gatekeeping is not pointless.
No, because there is no real gate.
Gatekeeping, it prevents delusion. It protects against
in theory, you're right.
It raises the bar. It filters out tourists. It preserves subculture from mainstream rot. Gatekeeping does everything good for a subculture and for a hobby.
Yeah, but
your problem
no one
is
is united in doing
elitism.
It
doesn't do anything. Elitism is bad. Bullying is bad. You should not be a shitty elitist or a bully. Gatekeeping is not bullying.
Stop. Everything you said, I agree with. But
okay, so do you agree with gatekeeping?
No, because nobody is doing that.
I am. And most gatekeepers are. You're just running into
but you're just
assholes.
setting up a fence, right? You're just setting up a fence, but there's nobody next to you. So like picture a huge front yard and there's like 20 people and every single one of them is holding up a gate, but they're all in different spots. And so they're not doing any good other than just being annoying because everybody's just walking around them. They're not united on shit. So there is no real gate. You're just simply a stone in a creek. You're just in the way. There's not any real gatekeeping going on. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying in theory, like when I was growing up, dude, gatekeeping made sense. And it was a thing. Like in metal, when you were a musician, you know, if you started playing yesterday, nobody was going to give you the respect of being like, it's just like it is with YouTubers, right? Like you could start a channel right now, but nobody's going to give you shit. Like basically the gatekeepers, they're not like, it takes time to gain respect. And then when you get respect, you get, the people start to watch your channel. You start to be a legit channel. You start seeing more and more of the other fellow YouTubers like being like, okay, I recognize you. You know what I mean? Like responding to your tweets, like talking to you, and you start to build this thing because you've earned that spot. That's how gatekeeping should be done.
It's how it is done.
But it's not. That's what I'm saying. Especially in horror, which is something I know a lot about. Like the community, even more than the movies, the community I see constantly. And like, you want to know what gatekeeping is like, go on fucking Facebook and look at some of these horror chats. It's the stupidest shit in the world.
No, that's
it's not
elitism.
being done.
And that's elitism and bullying.
But what I'm talking about is like, for instance, I saw a girl say, people were talking about what your favorite horror movies were, right? And she said Black Swan, and was just eviscerated. Like all these fucks talking so much shit. Like, dude, that's not
like,
even if
warriors.
Yeah, but even if you don't think that movie is a horror movie, that's fine. All you gotta do is be like, yeah, I don't really think that's a horror movie. But it's not how it's treated, and it's not, and even then, I don't see the point if people are not going to agree and unite on things.
Look, I think we're saying the same thing. I think
no, because I agree with you in theory. I just don't think in practice, I don't see that. I don't see that type of gatekeeping being done.
Right.
All I see is like you're saying, elitist, this and that. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah, it's that you got to get off Facebook.
No, it's everywhere, dude. It's social media, like internet, period.
No.
Facebook is the worst, and I am off Facebook. Like, I fucking hate Facebook. I'm hardly ever on it. The only time I'm on Facebook is in the Ghost Pirate page, or the Ghost Pirate YouTube or the Facebook page. But like, yeah, I'm not a fan of Facebook at all. It's the worst. I say this all the time. It is nothing but toxic fucking AI art bullshit and old people falling for it. And it's sad.
A lot of younger people are starting to fall for some shit too.
Yeah. It's sad, dude. Like all these trailers that have like millions of views. And I'm like, dude, how is it not like, how do people not realize that it's fake? Like, I can't even tell you how many times I've seen fake trailers for a Friday the 13th TV series that doesn't exist, and or not Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Like there was the Freddy.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah. Like millions of views. You made some fucking jackass who isn't even talented at editing, like literally probably $100,000 or something from that shit. It makes you go, what's the point in making original content? Like, yeah, it's all these AI motherfuckers that have 100,000 subscribers and make all this money. And it's like me over here fucking working constantly, like over 100 hours a week, man.
Yeah, but you're finding your audience. And you're going to feel way better about yourself having an audience that like is authentic and not just, that's
why farmed. I'm one of those people that it doesn't matter. Like I can't do that stuff, even if, you know what I mean? Like I do this not just because it's the only thing I know how to do or can do. I do this because this is the way I'm made to be. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't bring myself to make that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not made to scam people. It's just not in me. I can't do it.
Yeah. That's why.
But it's hard, man. Every single video, it is so hard because I think of 1,000 ways that I can make a video perform better with just the smallest little, like, you know, clickbait shit, like, you know, whatever, fake kind of stuff, like AI thumbnails, like whatever. There's so many ways is when you do this constantly, you see and learn. There's so many ways you could do the stuff disingenuous and even just slightly. But my whole thing is, it's like, you know, you sell your soul, even a tiniest bit of your soul. You sell even the littlest bit, you know, it's like it starts to corrupt all of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, but I also believe that stuff will ultimately like burn out too, you know, because it's like I remember when Photoshop first started and you had like so many people making all these like bullshit Photoshop art and acting like I really drew that. I really painted that. And there was a number of people at the time that were like, they didn't know the difference. They couldn't tell that was photo manipulated. They just thought you were like the next fucking Picasso. And a lot of us over here that were up on the tech were like, dude, are you stupid? Like that's just photo manipulation and not even that good.
Thanks, Casey.
And it went away. And now what's left is like actual real art, you know, photo manipulation, like really talented photo manipulators are making it an art form, you know? And I think AI will be that way too. Eventually there'll be like it'll be like any other tool. There'll be uses for it that we'll all use on some level. And then the art form of it, there will be an art form of it. There'll be people that become super good at prompt, you know, like photo manipulation. Like they'll understand that tool so well that they'll be able to use it as their pencil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we got probably 10 years or 20 years before that'll be the case.
Yeah,
I'll be
probably.
a very old man,
So
and I'll be like, "See, I told you."
Stop falling for AI. That's the.
Yeah, it's.
Kristen says your
vids
are awesome, Kanan, and it's obvious how hard you work. So many movies I have now from your recommendations from the hidden gem depths.
Thank you.
So, very nice, Kristen. All right. What other chats do we have? Not much. Kristen also says it's a thrill when you agree with someone how much you love a movie. Isn't that half the experience? Yeah. That's also why it's good to be part of a community, be part of a group.
Well, and I'm not talking about disagreeing. Like that's like part of what makes us humans is that we all feel different and have different opinions on things. It's just about how you go about it. And when I say gatekeeping, when you're causing a divide over disagreements, that's when there's a problem. That's what I'm talking about with gatekeeping. Like if you're putting a fence up and not allowing that person in just because they disagree with you, that's when it's a problem.
I guess
that's why if you're united, like if we for the most part, like, you know, say the Ghost Pirate, most of Ghost Pirate people, you know, whatever you want to, you know, the people that watch the channel, if they all like, you know, 75% of them agree that so-and-so movie is a good, you know, movie and it's horror, or they can agree that this is a horror movie, right? And so they tell so-and-so, you know, this is our gate. It is a horror movie. You know, you're saying it's not, whatever. The majority of us agree on it. That's where the gate line is, right? That's one thing. But it doesn't work that way because nobody is united with their fence. They're just throwing up random fences. And so, you know, so-and-so could be 100% wrong. And yet, like Cabin in the Woods is very, like a high percentage of fans of horror movies are in agreement that movie is a master, or like, you know, a classic, like a beloved movie, right? But it would be like there's just one individual that's like, nope, Cabin in the Woods is bad. This is offense. If you think it's good, sorry, you're not allowed in the horror club. And this one little person is like, well, I don't know the difference. I didn't know he wasn't united with all the rest of the horror fans because I don't see the whole mass of horror fans. I only see this one guy holding up a fence saying, well, you're not allowed to be a fan of horror if you like that movie. That's what goes on. That's what the actual gatekeeping
That's not gatekeeping.
is being,
that's being elitist.
but that's how it's being done.
No, that's how you're seeing it be done.
That's how it's being done, man.
That's how you're seeing it done. That's not gatekeeping. Like it's gatekeeping, quote unquote, but it's just being an elitist asshole. That's all.
I'm just much more of a fan of acceptance, man, and just like letting people in, letting you be fans of whatever level. It's just like my list, right? There definitely are movies in every one of my videos that are much more of a thriller, not really a horror movie, but they're like Sisu. Sisu's not a horror movie. It's definitely an action thriller. But most fans of horror, do we have like,
yeah, we're getting fucking rated again.
is it on the Ghost channel, the Ghost Parent channel?
Yeah, I think it's on both. I'm putting them all in timeout. Saya, get on it. Or I think her boss is still around.
Man, fuck this person.
Yeah, it's Steve Billings Asylum. Neither of us want to be on your channel. Stop.
I changed the settings.
Please
dude.
stop.
Like,
Hermes Girl says, you guys did that to the Cabin in the Woods girl. What did we do? We didn't gatekeep or bully or be elitist. We didn't.
No, we disagreed. That's what I'm talking about.
Discussion.
Like,
I said,
it.
I said, tell me why is it bad? What is a movie that is like that is good? We weren't like,
I mean, all we did was explain what she might have missed on it, what the point of it was, like why we thought it was good, why we, and shit. That's what I'm talking about. If anybody should be allowed to have a gate or whatever, it should be the people that are the voices of the community of the horror. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I am. That's what, and it's taken me 5 years to show that I have like a little bit of knowledge on the subject. And that's why people watch the videos that I make. And it's like, if anybody's going to be the voice or like to have a say on things like that, it's got to be the voices of it. It's just like in the NFL, right? The people that vote for who's the best players of the year, the rookie of the year, whatever, things like that. It's the writers, it's the journalists, it's the people who that is their job to cover that industry, the industry of the NFL. And those are the ones that get a say at the end of the year. A lot of people disagree with their outcome, but if anybody's going to have a voice, it's got to be the people that cover it for a living.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. I don't know.
But
I'm not trying to separate people.
I'm trying to separate people that are going to come into the community with bad intentions. That's what I'm going to do. When people that are coming,
but I don't really see that as I don't necessarily see that as gatekeeping.
But that's what it is. You're keeping the gate. You're
protecting it.
The hordes out. I got a snack on my peanuts. Sorry.
Fun fact: Eli Roth was an assistant on Howard Stern. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's cool. I
know that Eli Roth, like he did a bunch of crazy shit before he got in the industry. Like, wasn't he? Like, didn't he work? I'm trying to remember. Didn't he work at a video store?
Probably.
But like Eli Roth is a good example of someone who is a voice of the horror industry. Like,
I would agree.
Because
I don't like
that's why I love when he covers. No, but his knowledge of the horror industry, like,
yeah, he's a super dork.
I don't like all his movies, and that's a taste thing. It's a preference thing. It's just a style of. It's not even that he's a bad filmmaker or anything like that. It's just the style of movies that he likes to make. I don't like them all. I did really like Thanksgiving a lot, but I'm not a huge fan of Hostel. I wasn't back then. I'm still not today. I can respect them.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. I've never been, but he is someone who has proven that he knows what he's talking about, and his opinion carries a lot of weight with me when it comes to the horror industry. And not just because he makes movies, but he covers the industry. I almost think the people that cover the industry know more about it and should speak for it more than even the people that make the movies.
There are some journalists.
Not saying they're all right, but those
are
the people that should have more of a voice on it, though. It's not about right and wrong per se.
The ones that have integrity.
Those are.
But that's the ones that have integrity. But there are some writers out there that
are gonna have bad eggs.
Like they're all just like they're just fucking grifters, and like they need to be called out.
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
Like, there's a lot of filmmakers. Like, for instance, I love Jordan Peele. I think he's an incredible filmmaker. And if he were to be talking about making movies, talking about film in general, I would be like all ears and, bowing down to your knowledge, sir. You know what I mean? But if he were to be here and trying to talk about the horror movie history and films and the industry and all this, I guarantee you, I know more than he does. And my finger is much more on the pulse than his is. Doesn't mean he's not talented and doesn't have his, and doesn't know his shit about certain things, but it's like, it's about what you cover. And sometimes we prop certain people up on a pedestal just because, like, well, he's Jordan Peele, so of course he knows about horror movies. Like, he's not even really the best example, but I've seen this so many times where they'll have someone on as being like the voice of horror movie industry and community and this and that. And I'm like, this is fucking no shit about the horror industry. He might know like the upper crust surface type of stuff, but that isn't, like people that know the dirty shit, that know the underbelly stuff, that know the history of why, and don't get me wrong. I'm not like, I don't know shit compared to like some guys out there. Like there are, people that have been covering this industry for like 40 years and like watch stuff I've never heard of. And so like, I'm not even saying like I am the, the voice of voices. I'm just saying like using myself as an example.
Yeah. Horror Dad says, can you tell me why you guys didn't like Hostel? Do you want to go first?
I'm mostly just not a fan of the mean style. Like a lot of Eli Roth movies, it's what I really liked about Thanksgiving is that he pulled back on that just a little bit, because a lot of his movies are just so mean spirited. And it's like, I don't know, like they're just like not fun. They're just not fun to watch. They're not scary to me, because you got to understand something. Very little, if anything, I don't even know if there is anything at this point in a movie that could actually scare me. But there are certain things that'll upset me or get under my skin or disturb me or whatever. That stuff still can happen. But like in Hostel, it didn't upset me. Like it's just, it's gross or whatever. But mostly it's just like not fun. You're just simply watching these poor people get fun, and they're all douchebags. Like you don't like anybody in the Hostel movie, especially the first one. You don't like any of the characters. And so you're just like, who am I rooting for here? Like the villains are disgusting and gross, and like they feel like pedophile type of guys. Like you're just like, these are disgusting. So you're not rooting for them. But then your heroes, the guys you're supposed to be following, you're like, these are slimy dirtbags who are trying to take advantage of a bunch of these women and shit. Like I don't fucking like them either.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's the tone and then the writing in general. It didn't scare me. It didn't really disturb me. It was more just like, this isn't fun. And it's just grossness for the sake of grossness. And like,
took the words right out of my mouth. That's the same reason why I don't like them. I think they're poorly written. I'm not a fan of torture porn. Like there's parts that I like.
You know what's funny though? They're only, to me, they're the only real torture porn movies. We talk about the torture porn era, but there's nothing else. Like a lot of people clump Saw in. So it's like, Saw's not. Like some of the later Saws got a little more in that way, but like the first couple Saws are definitely not torture porn.
I think Saw is just more well-written torture porn.
But it's still not really torture porn because there's like a puzzle element to it. There's mystery element to it. You're not just simply watching people get tortured and that's it. Like Hostel,
Yeah,
that was
you're
it.
doing
There was
both.
nothing else to it.
Right. You're doing both. You're watching people get tortured, but there's also a story to it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that to me, Hostel is really the only true torture porn movies. Because like there was nothing to it besides really just watching people get tortured.
I guess.
Like Saw got clumped in with it as well, but I think there was much more to Saw than just the torture, and so it's not. I mean, I'm not saying you can't include it in the torture porn thing, but I'm just saying it's not really.
Like I would still include it. I would still include it.
When was the last
Wonderful
time you watched the first like 3 Saws?
I just rewatched them actually only a couple years ago.
Because I feel like there's a lot more to them than I had remembered. Like back in the day, it felt like it was all torture, nothing else. But like, there's a lot more to them. They're really just a detective crime movie with scenes of torture.
Yeah. He said that Hordad says, thanks for explaining it. I was just curious, how do you feel with the Terrifier movies? So this is where we're divided.
Yeah. See, I love the Terrifier movies because I 100% get the tone. And a lot of people, it's so funny because so many people love those movies and I don't really feel like they're in on the joke and yet they still love them. And that's cool. But like, to me, what makes the Terrifier movies work is they're funny. They're like, everything is avant-garde. It's like the brutality and everything is done in a way and turned up in a way that it becomes funny. It becomes absurdist, and it's funny in an absurdist way. It's like Dadaism. Like if you're familiar with art, the Dadaist movement, or is that even the right word? Anyway, Dadaism was like taking these objects, like these everyday objects, and basically saying they're art because the artist says they're art. And what made it work was the absurdity behind it, because it was making fun of and mocking these elitist fucks who were like, oh, you know, this is fine art, blah, blah, blah. And the artists were like, fuck you, and like mocking it and making fun of that whole crew and that upper crust rich people shit, you know? And so the artists, the real people, the people with the boots on the ground, were mocking all that, making fun of all of that, and being like, when we make this amazing art, you guys aren't even getting it. You're just buying it for status symbols, buying it because it's expensive, whatever. You're not even appreciating it for being art. So we're just going to start making bullshit. Like one of the artists literally put his actual shit inside of a can and titled it Shit in a Can and sold it for shitloads of money. And it was like the people that were buying it didn't even realize that the artists were making fun of them. And so like, that's what I like about Terrifier. Is Terrifier is doing that. It's taking this gore and everything and it's turning it up so far that it gets into level 11, which, you know, I just watched Spinal Tap in theaters last week. And
so
it's been
good.
like, I hadn't seen it in probably like 20 years.
Spinal Tap is so good.
It's so fucking funny. And they have a new one. Did you know that? They're making a new Spinal Tap. It comes out like in September. I'm like, I didn't even hear about this. The only reason I knew is because at the end of the movie, they show a trailer, or it's like a clip from the new one, and they show the release date. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is nobody talking about this?
Spinal Tap 2.
Yep. All the same cast, all the original cast is brought back. Everybody in, like, all the people that are still alive are involved. So
Fran Drescher.
I don't think it's going to probably be very good, but I'm still excited to see.
We'll see. I don't know. Rob Reiner's directing.
Yep. Like he's in he introduced the movie and then after it was over, talked more in character and then as the director and introduced the clip. And it's like all the original cast, and at least that little clip they played was super funny. So it's just crazy seeing them so old, especially right after watching the original. It's a trip.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I love about the Terrifier is the humor and the love of the game, so to speak, that's in those movies.
So my opinion of Terrifier, and then I got to go after this. I think they're fine splatter films. I don't think they're good movies. I think Art the Clown is a good, he's a very charismatic villain, but I think I wish there was more care taken with the characters and the story. I think the writing's bad. I think they're all too long. I think
Well,
the joke gets. Hang on,
he's
let me
trying.
finish.
Like all of
Let me
your saying
finish.
is true, but Damon Leone is learning on the job.
I think they're all too long. Like I think they could be, and I think you agree with me on that. At least for Terrifier 2 was too long. I think the joke gets played out. I think it's like once you've seen Terrifier, you've seen all the Terrifiers. There's not, you can't really go much further. But Terrifier 3 actually does cross over into kind of that mean territory. Where it's just like,
I'm not a big fan of the third one.
Yeah, so
I still love the character Art the Clown, and there are definitely some scenes in it, like the Santa Claus scene was awesome. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. Like, especially the end of that movie, it gets way too mean.
Yeah.
Even Damon Leone said that they actually edited some stuff out because it was too mean-spirited. I'm like, dude, it's still mean-spirited.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad.
Funny. Yeah, it's not funny.
So so I'm not a fan of the Terrifiers. I don't think they're good. I think Damien Leone is a fantastic special effects artist. Like I would hire him every single day to do special effects. But as far as writing and directing, I don't think they're there. But Art the Clown is a very charismatic villain. He's very iconic, as they say.
See, I think he could direct. I think where he lacks is writing and editing. And I think the main problem I have with that is I have never known someone that wrote, directed, and edited their movie that I didn't say it would have been better if you had another person come in and edit or another person come in and write. Because you have to, like, there has to be a line where you draw and, you know, you need that other perspective, that other, you know, way of thinking. And beyond that, someone who has a specialty. Like you hire someone to come in. It's why I've been keep trying to hire a thumbnail artist, because I'm like, I can only, you know, like I do every single thing with Ghost Pirate. And I'm like, I know I have my limitations. Like I know the things I'm good at and then the things I am not good at. And like, I would love to delegate some of this, but unfortunately it takes money and finding the right people. And so far I've been just throwing money away with these people because their thumbnails are crap.
Stop finding people on Fiverr.
Where else am I supposed to find them?
Honestly, you know what? A similar site that I think is actually better than Fiverr is oh come on. I'm gonna lose it. Hang on. Hang on. It's
but
like
the problem is that the problem I'm having is I find people that are skilled, like, but I'm skilled enough at Photoshop. I don't need to hire someone because of the technical elements. Yeah, I've heard. I should check that out. But like, I don't need to hire someone to do thumbnails because of my skill level. I can make a thumbnail. I need the ideas. I need someone that has a creative idea and can look at it. And that's what I mean by the editing thing, right? Damon Leone is sufficient at editing, but because he's editing his own movie, he can't cut it what he should cut. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows how to edit. And I guarantee you, if he was editing someone else's, his editing would be much better. And that's the problem. Now, I don't know if I'd say the same thing about his writing. I don't think he's a very good writer. I think he's got some cool ideas, but I think, and I said this from the very beginning, that he needs to hire an outside writer to come in. Like he can collaborate with them and co-write it, you know, like, you know, have all these ideas, but have someone that is better at script, you know, like when it comes to dialogue and character development, and like there's stuff like that you just can see he doesn't have, you know, like Sienna Shaw is a cool character, but then it's like the dialogue and the different things with her brother, and like you're like, yeah, that's not how people talk, or that, you know, I'm not feeling anything there. Like the third one, really, I felt that, because like the whole stuff with her aunt and stuff, I'm like, I really want to be caring about these people and feeling like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't the acting, because I think everybody acted really well in the third one, but just, yeah, the dialogue and stuff lets it down. But
yeah,
anyway, I'm not meaning to shred Terrifier. And I know you're not either. Like,
That's just my opinion.
yeah.
But what the fuck do I know? It makes $1 million.
I still adore. Made way more than that. I still adore the
I know.
Terrifier franchise. So like, I'm not, like it's the most exciting thing really that's happened in horror in probably 30 years. Because like, even if the movies have flaws and this and that, Art the Clown is by far the most interesting killer we've had, and the first iconic one we've had in a long, long time.
Yeah, I know. I would agree with that. I would
a couple
agree with
that I feel like deserved more of that. Like, I feel like I would have loved to have seen Leslie Vernon become, like, I feel like he was the look of that mask, the charisma of that actor. Like, dude, I don't understand. I don't understand how people didn't have the vision to. No, I'm here.
I cut out. It was me.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't understand why people didn't have the vision to make more of those movies. The other one is they made 2 of them. Damn it. I'm spaced on the name. The guy that's in the all black, weird looking mask thing.
The Collector.
He tortures people. Yeah, the Collector. Like, I feel like he could have been an icon. Yeah, the Collector. I feel like he could have been an icon. And they were making a third one, but it just kind of fell apart. Because that's part of, I think, making a franchise. You got to be ready to make another one right away. You got to capitalize. And that's how a franchise begins. Like, I feel like if you don't make it in the next year or 2, you lose out on it. And it's like almost pointless to make it.
Yeah. All right. That's it for me.
Okay. How do you predict, because we won't talk on that next week. How do you predict I know what you did last summer. What do you think it's going to do?
I don't know.
What's it projected? Does it show what it's projected to make?
I don't think so. Let me look up.
I can't see it doing more than like maybe, I don't even want to say 20. I don't even think it's going to go that high. I think maybe 12 to 15.
I don't see any projections.
Just because of what it's up against, dude. I mean, you got Jurassic and Spider-Man and Superman both in theaters right now. Plus a number of other like animated, and like, it's just such a tough time. I don't know when else you would release it, but it's like such a tough time to make money in theaters. Because I think people are thinking it's going to do like Final Destination, and I don't see it.
So, according to Box Office Theory, hang on. They're projecting between 15 to 24 million opening weekend. With overall
that's
domestic,
pretty wide. Like,
yeah,
it's like 10 million difference. Like, that's kind of cheating.
Overall domestic being 35 to 64.
Oh, no way. Oh, after its full run?
Yeah, overall domestic being 35 to 64.
That sounds. I could see that. I could see that.
According to Box Office Theory, it depends.
But I'm curious what the studio is expecting, because I can't imagine they would even have made this movie if they didn't think it would do like more than that.
The problem is the marketing has just been bad for it. So I'm not sure.
And what's funny is the people I know that have seen it, they all said they're like, this is what we wanted from Scream. Like, that was one of the big things I saw kind of across the board, is like, this is what we wanted from Scream when it came back. So like, it's got, from what I've heard, it's more bloody and it has more teeth than they were expecting, and and better characters and stuff. So we'll see, because from the trailer, that's not what I got.
Yeah, that's not what I got either. So we'll see. I mean, I'll have a better prediction after I see it, what I think it's going to do. Yeah. But according to that box office website, that's what they're domestically, they're thinking between 30 and 60 million. So,
well, yeah, but after the first weekend, of course, you're going to know what it's going to do. I'm saying, what do you predict for the first weekend? Because next week it'll have been out, when we talk, it'll have been out a week.
I don't know.
Make a prediction. I said 15 to 20. Do you go
Yeah, but
above or below?
so did that website. So like
No, it said 15 to 30. That's a huge difference.
I don't.
Like,
I'm 15 million.
I'm just saying. Do you agree with me, or do you think
I would agree
it'll
with
go
you.
above that?
Yeah, I would.
You
I
think
would
it'll
agree
go
with
over
you.
20?
It might. Well, I don't think it'll go over 20. But
What
I
else
agree it'll be
opens-
between 15
What
and
else
20.
opens this week? Is there anything else that it has competition with?
I don't know. I have to.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I can't.
Eddington, which is the new Ari Aster movie.
Yes.
But I don't really feel like that's going to compete. Like, that's not going to affect it, I don't think. I just think Superman week 2 is going to have another pretty big week.
We'll see. All right. I got to get out of here. I'm done.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I know I need to eat. It's been a long day already. So
yeah. So thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
everybody for watching. Appreciate it. Next week we are back here 7 p.m. on the East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West
DJ
Coast.
will hopefully have a big announcement.
I will hopefully have a big announcement next week as well. It should be pretty cool. So please tune in. This is the Death Rattle Podcast, and we will see y'all next week. Bye.
See you guys.